Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans, to another episode of Clash of Clans Attacks, and today we talk about the Eagle Artillery and yes, actually winning on defense. Now, I still do insist that for the most part, this defensive structure is just, well, worthless, but at the end of some attacks it can make a difference, and that is exactly what we are taking a closer look at today. Now, of course, 900 damage at level 2 for 3 strikes is nothing to sneeze at, but when you look at the progression of major defensive structures in the rest of Clash of Clans, you go to Town Hall 9, you pick up the X-Bow, major damage coming from those. Of course, Town Hall 10, the Inferno Tower, extremely intimidating and certainly changes attack strategy. And I was really expecting the same at Town Hall 11 from this Eagle Artillery, but it just has not been delivering, not yet anyway, as we see it in these attacks. Way back at ClashCon, the developers were talking about needing kill squads to get through some of these new Town Hall 11 setups, but it just isn't happening yet. In fact, so far we've seen almost no change in attack strategy for Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 10, except for the addition of the level 3 Witch, which has converted some people from air or mass golem to go wee wee style attacks. So for the most part, attackers, including myself, are ignoring the Eagle Artillery. There you can see the freeze spell goes down on the Town Hall, the Inferno Tower area, just ignoring again the Eagle Artillery as it continues to go off. Units now within its dead zone so they can't be attacked. It leaves an impressive crater. It makes an amazing sound. The animation looks super cool, but it's very rare that it will change the outcome of a battle, at least not in the beginning or middle stages. But this is where we see the difference. At the end of an attack, now this attacker, 48% damage. Normally you might see some cleanup units. You see he's got minions, archers, barbarians that are remaining, and just needs 2 structures to grab the 50% win. So obviously, look at the bottom left of the screen. There is a barracks just sitting there all by itself, and at the bottom of the screen, the builder's hut. Great strategy, the Barbarian distracting the Eagle Artillery while the minion works on the builder's hut. There is 49%, but the same cannot be done on the barracks. Too many hit points with just 1 archer and 1 minion remaining. The attacker just tries to rush in and grab it. The minion will get the barracks down to about 50%, but then the Eagle Artillery takes it out. The next and last archer moves in, and just 1 or 2 more units, and this attacker wins. But instead, the Eagle Artillery doing its job at the very end. Talk about overkill, 900 hit points and damage on those little tiny archers. They are just getting absolutely incinerated, and so are 20 trophies for this attacker. For our next replay, we move to Clan War between Lost Phoenix and Iranian Empire, and here we've got Nax on the defense, and you can see he has centered his Eagle Artillery in kind of an anti-3-star base design for Town Hall 11. Now this attacker has brought an air attack, dragons, balloons, and minions, a pretty powerful combination pre-update, but once the Town Hall 11 update has dropped, things are definitely changing. And here, the attacker is going to try to pick off some of those outer structures early on, not, of course, activating the Eagle Artillery. And again, the heart of this attack, as the troops go down, is not really going to be altered a great deal by the firing of that Eagle Artillery on the dragons. So the dragons starting to be deployed at the bottom of your screen, and now the artillery goes into effect, targeting 1 dragon at a time. The splash damage area is so small that it's very rare that you see more than 1 unit getting hit with that 900 and damage. Now, 1 dragon did go down pretty fast, but it was also being hit by the air defense on the left-hand side. Dragons moving in. Now, rage spells overlapping. The freeze spell is dropped and only stops an air sweeper and an X-Bow. Doesn't stop the Inferno Tower, the Archer Queen, or the Eagle Artillery. Dragons grouping up on the right, and that's the big problem with this attack. The dragons mostly avoided that rage spell, and the Eagle Artillery continuing to fire, units going down, the Queen trying to get that Town Hall down. Now the Lava Hound and the Balloon deploy, and just barely, the Queen gets that Town Hall down before the Lava Hound and Balloon get in to distract her. But they are occupied, and look at the damage. 49%, the last dragon goes down in flames to the Eagle Artillery. So for once, the Eagle Artillery doing its job on these dragons. It looked like it actually took down 3 of the dragons during this attack, 49%, and this attacker just hoping to pick up 1 more structure for the 2nd star. But again, the Eagle Artillery continues to be active, as are lava pups at the bottom of your screen. And check out on the far right, there is the archer just about to get that barracks down before the pups can get there. But the Eagle Artillery is going to land, and that is the end of the archer. I don't know if the pups would have gotten there in time, but in either case, 49% and just 1 star. And for our third replay of the day, we've got She from Lost Phoenix attacking that defender there, bringing in the Go Wee Wee style attack with some minions as well. And again, we are going to see the Eagle Artillery doing its job primarily at the end of this attack. Now, great use of the jump spells, all 3 bridging 2 sets of walls, allowing 3 entry paths to the core of this village. But these base designs will soon be on the endangered species list, as level 3 witches just create a tsunami of skeletons that can usually move through the center of any base like this and just absolutely wipe it out. Good freeze spell, freezing several defenses as the units close in. Earthquake spell, weakening those structures, getting the town hall ready for destruction. Rage spell, grabbing just about everybody, but She holding off on the Eternal Tome a little longer than I would like, as the Tesla's Inferno Tower Expos firing in on all of those units, and finally he will activate it right there, but the Town Hall goes down nonetheless, 39% damage, so a long ways from 50%. And now as we see the smoke on the battlefield clear and fewer units remain, this is when the Eagle Artillery is going to shine. Watch it fire on the level 37 Queen, and between that and the other defenses in the area, she is gone, and that leaves just the Grand Warden and a few other units. The Grand Warden falls to the Inferno Tower. The Eagle Artillery is just going to put an exclamation point, creating another giant crater for the Grand Warden to go to sleep in right there. Now, Shido-Ho has a few units left, but again, the Eagle Artillery doing its job at the end and preventing these units from getting anywhere with these outer structures. So maybe a lesson learned for the future, saving extra units at the end, because only 1 unit to distract that artillery for several seconds while the others run around and take a structure down could be effective, but it doesn't quite work out here, as She cannot get the job done, and this attack ends at 48%. So the much maligned Eagle Artillery does occasionally have moments where it performs to the best of its ability. Will we see a buff or changes to it in the future? You never know. Certainly we have a lot of players who want a lot of changes from this last update. But again, thanks you guys for watching all the way to the end of this episode. Please leave your feedback and comments below. Subscribe for daily Clash of Clans content, and I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, listen to the sound it makes when you rearm it. Sounds more like a chicken than an eagle.